Good morning, everybody. Tuesday, the 17th of October. As you can see, it's getting pretty dark. Well, it's that time of the year in Washington. It gets dark in the morning when you go to work, and it's dark when you come home in the evenings, or the sun's just setting. So you get these really awkward sun angles that are, it's in your face and it's glaring off of your windshield. And so it'll be like this until it'll be even actually getting a little bit worse as winter comes along, but it does come around eventually when springtime comes. But so yesterday was my first day back after being out for the week for my mom passing away, and it was a little awkward, I guess, in a way, because of the fact that when you come back to work, you expect everybody to, and as a grieving person, there really isn't anything somebody can really say, to say, oh, my prayers and thoughts are with you, condolences, if you need anything, ask. To me, and this may be different for other people, but just for me, it's the nicest thing that happened to me was from somebody who I didn't know. It was my mom's neighbor across the street who, he was walking his dog. I was kind of like weirded out by him in a way, because he was just looking at the place, sort of, looking it over, and he didn't, this thing's going through my head, and the fact is he knows that, somebody may have passed away across the street, and no one's going to be in the house at night, and so I was kind of worried about the house, and so I asked him, I walked up to him, and I said, excuse me, man, so my mother across the street passed away, and I was wondering if you could do me a favor and kind of look it over and make sure that nobody goes in and out of the house, and if they do, this is my number, you can call me. And he said, oh, bro, and he said bro a lot, which is kind of off-putting in a way, but he said, no, bro, don't worry about it, bro, I'll keep a look over your house, bro, don't worry about it, bro. I was like, okay, thank you, and shook his hand, and so we went the next day, and he basically offered his condolences and brought over some flowers, and it was really nice. It was sweet, and he said to me, met your mom a few times. She was awesome. She was always funny. She gave me some dog food a few times. My mom was the kind of person like, you just got a dog? I have a dog too. If you need some dog food, let me know. And she would just take it over there to him. But apparently she did, and he was thankful of that. And he just left. He was the only one that gave flowers and a nice card, and he knew her name and everything like that. So that was extremely nice. But the only thing you can really say to somebody who's actually grieving or mourning is sometimes the best medicine is to sort of say something nice about that person that you may have encountered, or saying something that could catch that family off guard in a way, in a good way. Sort of saying, I know your mom, and you knew the kind of person she was, but to me, she was always there for me, and there's this one time when she did this for me. And just sort of like the kind of things that a family might not know, and that you might be privy to that information, and letting them know about that when it does, when the time comes. To me, that was refreshing. It was, saying she was really, she was funny, she had a good sense of humor, and, there's a time when, we just got a dog, and she offered, to give us some dog food because we didn't have any at the time. And so, that was really nice. That was awesome. And so yesterday I went to the office, and there's only one other person there, so I didn't have to go through the barrage of people saying, I'm sorry I heard, I'm sorry I'm heard, I'm sorry I heard. I just, when you're grieving, going through that kind of a process, it becomes monotonous, and it just becomes, and it's nothing to do with the people that are saying it. It's just the fact that there's so many people saying it. It just becomes, that it's one of the reasons why I've never been really big on birthdays, especially for myself. Like, some people, when their birthday comes, they love, they turn it into a birthday month. And it's like every single day they go out every weekend, or they go on trips, and it's like, it's all about my birthday. Some people do that, I'm not I'm not saying anything against people that do that. It's just that's just not me. And so, when stuff like this happens, I just don't want a bunch of people saying, happy birthday that I've never talked to, in years. It's like, if, we should be having close, relationships with all these people, and then that means that whatever they say to me, there's a little weight to it. The people that say things, and, I know that you really do care, and you've gone out, you've taken the effort, you made the effort to stay in touch over the years, and, you knew my mom too. So yeah, what you said was really meaningful. It just becomes one of those things that people just feel obligated to say something. And when they do, it just it ends up being something that the last 10 people said to you. And so it does lose its weight. I'm not trying to drown or harp on that, but it just becomes, one of those things is like, you've had 10 people straight tell you the exact same thing, and it's just, okay, let me just go sit down, please. So I didn't get that yesterday because there's like one other person in the office, but, it might be a little different today. There's going to be a little bit more, and the word kind of got around, I guess. But, going through the grieving process, it's just, you kind of have to, you can't allow, your depression, your sadness, your emotions to get the best of you. You still have to just, especially being the oldest person and the executive of the estate, you have to be on top of it. You have to be on the ball. You have to be in charge. You have to make, the estate organized. You have to take care of the big things and the hard things that, it's just difficult to do. And it's a lot of little, tiny little things you have to do. And so, you just have to, and I'm kind of glad that it was me, and I love my brothers, but they're younger than I am, and they're, they haven't been put in a position where they have to be as organized as I am. I like to think I'm fairly organized, but my work desk is clean now. I cleaned it up before I left, and so it usually is just a big stack of papers everywhere. It's cluttered, but to me it's organized because I know where things are, and but I tend to be the most organized person in the family, and when my mom passed away, I kind of knew that I had to move on this and get things going as soon as possible. I didn't have really time to mourn or to, feel bad for myself. I just had to move forward with it, because stuff had to get done and it wasn't going to wait for you. And some things you have to handle it right away, or it starts to add up financially, like getting the power turned off, or, closing the cable account, and, certain things like that will start adding up if you don't nip it in the bud as soon as possible, because no one needs power or cable in that house anymore. And so you kind of have to close those things out and make sure that the fees in the account has been taken care of. So that got taken care of, and I'm just glad that I was able to do what I did when I did. It's just, I'm going to grieve and on my own time, when I have downtime, and it'll come to me. But right now it's just, I have things that I need to do. We organized the scattering of my mom's ashes. We called and talked to the manager of the hotel and made sure that we could get, sort of rooms in the same general location. Made sure that the hotel actually had rooms for that weekend to accommodate everybody, because we have family flying in from, South Carolina and California and like that. So I had to make sure that everything was taken care of, and so I'm glad that the kind of person that I am, I kind of buckle down, just show no emotions. At the same time, being a human being, it's not like it does. I'm not sad. It's just, I just have to take care of these things. And so when it came up, I started taking care of it, got it done, and I think that there's going to be some stages when, like when I get the ashes and when we scatter the ashes in her favorite spot, that it's going to get to me, and I expect that. I'm not a robot. I am a human being. I do have emotions. I do have feelings, and I do miss her, and I loved her. But it's just, there's some things you just have to do. And right now I'm doing it, keeping busy, and going back to work, and, continuing to do what I do every day. So that's basically what yesterday was like. It was sort of low key. There wasn't much really going on. And so today it should be a little bit different. And, when things start getting back in the swing of things, it should be, I do have to go through those people, those 10 to 20 people that shake my hand and say I'm sorry for your loss, I'm sorry for your loss, I'm sorry for your loss, sorry for loss, sorry for loss, yada yada yada. Doesn't mean that I don't appreciate it, or that I acknowledge the fact that you at least said something, because at the end of the day, if somebody doesn't say anything, it's a little, you might remember, you might not, but the thing is say something, even if it it might sound like what everyone else has said. And so I expect that to happen for a while, and I just have to think about and remember her for who she was. She was, there's a lot of things that I got from her, a lot of traditions and a lot of personality traits from her. She was my mother, huge part of my life. I have a lot of respect for single working mothers because of her, mothers that are raising kids on their own because of her. She did a great job. Towards the end of her life, though, she just didn't take care of herself, unfortunately. And so, that's another, like, one of the things that she did that I made a vow to not do. And so I take care of myself. I try to, I don't smoke, I don't drink. She didn't really drink either, but I take care of myself. I work out as often as I can. I run as often as I can. I hike as often as I can. I love the outdoors. I just I don't eat junk food. I don't drink sodas. So I kind of do the opposite of what she did, because I learned I don't smoke. But she did pass a lot of great things down to us, and I'm thankful for that. A lot of memories, a lot of things that I'll always cherish, things that I want to pass down on my daughter and my future kids, if there are more. I hope there are more. I believe that there will be more. But, it's just one of those things that most people have to go through, but it's a natural part of life. There's nothing I could have done to stop it. There's nothing I could have done to, you live with those thoughts in your head, like, I could have done this, I could have done that, I should have told her this, I should have told her that. But the thing is what's done is done, and you have to make the most of that situation, and you have to look at the positives. At least I got a chance to know who my mother was. At least I got a chance to know who she, where she came from. And, some people don't even know, they can't even look at their, family history of medical conditions, because they never knew who their parents were. You have a history of diabetes or cancer in your family, or high blood pressure, heart disease. I don't know. I never knew my parents. I did, so I'm fortunate enough. I'm thankful that I know who my parents were and who they are, and I know their history and stuff like that. So I'm thankful that at least I had that. Some people don't even have that. And I had someone that loved me, that cared for me, that kissed me every night, who sang to me, who read to me, who got me into be passionate about learning and books and paying attention to current events and things like that. That's because of her. I am who I am because of her. And I think that I'm a good person. I'm upstanding. I'm a moral person. And I try as hard as I can to help other people fix their lives and get their lives in order, because of her. So I would not be where I am today had it not been for her. And so I'm thankful for that. A lot of people are more screwed up because their parents didn't raise them properly, teach them humility and accountability, and teach them how to, quit making excuses. You got to deal with this, And so my mom did a great job doing that, my dad too. But, my parents collectively raised us well, and so I'm thankful for that. So as the week goes on, I'm still waiting for the death certificates and picking up with the urns. And so thankful for our tribe, Chickasaw tribe in Oklahoma. Thankful that they do take care of their own, and they do help out with things, and so I'm thankful for them. Thank you. And this isn't an easy process for anyone, and so they worked with us. They've been working with us, and so I'm thankful for that. But gonna here to start off, just end this by saying, I'm positive today. I'm thinking about the good things. I'm thankful for the things that people take for granted and that they don't really focus on. So I'm positive. I'm optimistic that she's in a better place. She's not in pain anymore, and that she's amongst loved ones that she hasn't seen in a while. And so I'm thankful for that, and I'm thankful that I had a mother that I loved and that cared for me and that raised me and passed down traditions to me, and that allowed me to have an extended family of hers. A lot of people run from their family and you never get a chance to know who they are. But, I had a fairly nice, close family growing up, and so I'm thankful for that. So, Mom, thank you. I love you. I miss you. I will see everybody tomorrow. Thank you.